Hey everybody, welcome to Thursday night book study. We are so excited that you are joining us here for the third week. We're on chapters 5 and 6 of Get Over Your Dang Self, and we are just thrilled that you guys are here. So we're going to jump right in with a little bit of recap here. Last week we talked about that list of people, right? All the potentials, all the different kinds of people, categories of people that you can reach out to and connect with. We talked a little bit about, the different groups you can become a part of, going out into your community and getting involved with other moms out there or grandmas or whatever it is that that age group you're trying to connect with, your niche. And then we also talked about your story and the importance of having a story. My life before Plexus, my life after Plexus. And so your assignment for this past week to be due today was to go out and to write your story. So I would love to see if you started or were able to get your story written. Go ahead and shout yourself out in the chat. I'm not going to call on you.
I was just about to say, yay, so-and-so.
I see.
Yay.
Marlene, Kelly, Molly, Katie, Sarah, Nikki. Woohoo.
Yay, awesome.
Congrats, ladies. Okay, so if you have not, please take this homework seriously. I know we're all busy. It is a very busy time of year. I totally get it. But instead of just, I'll do it another time, instead of just deciding not to do it, I guess, just get caught up, take this next week to go ahead and dive in and really get your story written down, because it is important. You're going to get approached by people in public. You're going to have people asking you, maybe even at convention, or, you're going to have to share your story on a call. So it's really important that you have your story written down, documented, ready to go when you need it. So take some time to do it this week if you have not gotten that done. With that, we're going to go ahead and jump into chapters 5 and 6.
So chapter 5 is how I talked my way to 7 figures and how you can too. So we know that to grow this business, we have to talk to people, and y'all, we got to talk to a lot of people. And I know that some of y'all have feelings about that because, well, it might be just because you're not sure exactly what to say. You're scared you might say too much, or you might say too little. Maybe you're scared you're not going to give them enough facts, or you're not going to know enough. Whatever it may be, in this chapter, she gives us her top do's and don't rules to reaching out to others. So I love on page 71, she says, when you follow these rules, you will connect authentically, that's a long word, and emotionally with people, and find it much easier to have conversations that resonate with your prospects. You'll also find the process more purposeful and efficient. And y'all, that's what we want. We want to be authentic, and we want to serve others out of purpose. And so we just got to follow all these rules. So rule number 1. Don't be attached to the outcome of any one conversation. Y'all, don't judge your success based on whether that one person joins you today or whatever. Focus on the process and improving in the skills that it takes to help others. Y'all, this is funny. Y'all know how Christine always gives those analogies. I think I got one. Might not be as great as hers, but I was thinking about my husband. Y'all, he loves to fish, and he loves to fill up his cooler full of fish. He loves to win. Super red personality. But y'all, he would go fishing every single day, even if he did not get a single bite. And he doesn't come home angry or frustrated when his cooler's empty, because y'all, he doesn't attach his feelings to the outcome. He loves the process, and he knows that if he continues to do it over and over and practice his skills, that the fish are going to come. And he also knows that no matter how great he may be at it, y'all, sometimes the fish just aren't hungry at that time, and it's nothing personal. So I think that we all need to learn how to be fishermen like my husband. That was a good one. Y'all know that was good. All right. So our job is to go out and share Plexus, no matter if they join us today or next week or next month. We have to trust the process, and we just don't need to allow it to mean anything about us at all. So expect the no's, you're going to get them. And just like my husband knows, he won't always come home with a cooler fish. So rule number 2, don't be on the hunt. Instead of thinking, who can I sign up today? Or who can I add to my team to add that 5 points to hit my rank by the end of the day? Think about, who can I offer a solution to today? You will get a well-compact business if you do not start being others focused. She said, well, so I read it right. In our profession, our job is not to get what we want. It's to help other people get what they want. The success you're seeking will happen when you help a lot of people get what they want. And this goes for your team too. Y'all, your back office, your points, they're going to grow if you help other people. So rule number 3, less is more. Y'all, this was definitely me when I started. I have been one to tell them all the things, all the specifics of each product, all the reasons why I love our company, all the reasons why I love our community, all the reasons why Plexus has changed my life. And all they really want to know is how Plexus can help them. And the only way we know that is if we listen to their struggles. So let them talk, and always ask yourself, when you're on a call or even in a messenger chat or whatever, am I saying too much? Are they getting to talk as much or more than I am? And I still have to do this all the time because I get excited and I like to talk, especially about Plexus. So rule number 4, be authentic. This was definitely a hard one for me for a while. But y'all, the beauty of this business is there is no specific personality that you have to have. There's not. So if you're somebody who loves to make people laugh all the time, then you have to continue being that person, continue being who you are. The goal is to find out how you can help them, and that's best done by being you. I think about just like when I'm posting, y'all, I go to the gym every day. I used to would not post any pictures. I'm like, I'm not gonna post a picture. I'm in gym clothes. Well, you know what? That's who I am. So most of the time you see me posting pictures of me in gym clothes. And if I'm posting other pictures, it's usually when I'm at like a Plexus event and I share that picture, but you just have to be you. And so it's the same thing when you are messaging people. Be who you really are. Don't try to be somebody else. Rule number 5, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So when I started sharing, y'all, I'm telling you, I was puking Plexus all over the place, telling them every single detail about the business, everything. And y'all, that's not why they joined me. They joined me because I was excited and I was 100% confident that I could help them with their problems. She says in the book that you can't get better if you don't talk to people, but if you're afraid to talk, well, no, she says, if you can't get better if you don't talk to people, but you are afraid to talk to people because you might not do it perfectly. Well, hello, truth bomb. You aren't going to do it perfectly. If you don't message them, you're not going to get them to join you. So you got to do it. It's just not going to be perfect the first time. It's probably not going to be perfect any of the times, because here's the thing. We all have different personalities. Some people want you to be straightforward. Some people want you to tell them all the different things. And you just can't go around thinking there's one perfect way to talk to people about Plexus, because there's just not. It takes practice and a whole bunch of conversations over and over. And thinking you have to be perfect will keep you from growing this business. Rule number 6, if you find yourself convincing, and y'all, I've done it many times, and I was 100% not others focused. If you find yourself convincing, just stop. Y'all, it just feels desperate. If you feel you're having to beg them to join you, they're probably going to quit. Seriously. It has to be their decision, and it has to be in their own timing. Our job is just to give them the information they need to help them make the decision. But in the end, it is their decision. So if you're coming across as desperate, they're not even going to believe you're trying to help them. They're going to think she's desperate for the sale and start questioning if what you have can even help them. So it always goes back to asking good questions and sharing what Plexus can do for them. Rule number 7, listen. Really listen. It's something I have to work on. Gotten a lot better at it. The more you know about somebody, the more ways you can find that you can help them. If you're constantly cutting them off, you're probably cutting them off from telling you a whole bunch of other problems. So the only way you can know anything is by being a good listener. So I usually start by asking them what has got them interested in Plexus, or what keeps them from feeling their best. And they'll usually respond, well, I'm always so tired. Okay, well, don't just start puking Plexus right then. Ask them some more questions. Okay, well, is that something that you've always dealt with? So they'll say, well, do you sleep much? Y'all, these few questions will lead to 11 other problems, like a whole nother 20-minute conversation. And after that's all said and done, and they've done told you 6 other problems they have, when you go and share the price of the products, $130 doesn't seem bad if it's going to be able to fix all of those problems. So really listen to what they're saying. And Abby is going to share the rest of them.
That was so good, Terry. I've never thought about it like that before. I just have always been one to ask questions because I love asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when I'm first coaching my people to ask questions, they're like, another one. I'm like, yep, another one.
Well, it's funny because I used to not like to ask questions, and that's how I had to learn. I taught myself to ask. I'm like, because you're asked questions and they just tell you their whole life story for a whole hour. And you're like, why did I ask that? But then I was missing the fact that, hello, they just told me their whole life story, how they live. I mean, all these problems. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I love all the questions and the answers. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. And I always thought about it from the perspective of, okay, now that I've asked all these questions, I know exactly. It's like, it's a puzzle for me. I'm putting together the puzzle pieces. Every question I ask, it's either going to toss out a puzzle piece or you're going to put one in. And so then by the time you get done, you have this little mini puzzle and you know exactly what they're already on, what they need help with. And now I can take that little puzzle and I'm like, hey, see this puzzle? Like, this is what's going to help you with all these things. So I love that. Okay. Yeah. I could talk about that forever, but let's go under to rule 8 here, guys. So rule 8 in the book was work from appointment to appointment. And this is something I had to learn right off the bat in my business because I would leave things open-ended. I wouldn't end with a question. I had no idea what work from appointment to appointment meant. But now it's one of my favorite things to talk about because it's made my business so much more efficient now. And what she means by that is that you're setting up that next time that you guys are going to connect, or the next time that you're going to chat, or that you're going to get their takeaways from the video. And so I've got 2 little wordings here, and it could sound something like, hey, Jen, here is a video I talked about. It's 8 minutes long. So I'm referencing the Christina Triplex video, and super helpful in learning more about the products we talked about. When do you think you'll have a few minutes to check it out? And then the gal says, oh, tonight. Okay, tonight, later on. Awesome. I'm going to check back in with you tomorrow morning to see what you thought. So this person knows that I'm going to follow up, so they're held accountable. I asked them when they could watch it, so it's on their terms. And then I'm going to go make a note on my calendar that I'm going to follow up with Jen tomorrow morning about the video. So what happens, you guys, is then it alleviates stress for me, because then I'm not like, is she going to watch it? Did she watch it? I don't know. Do I want to follow up? Maybe that feels too pushy. No, we set the appointment together. And so now I can leave that brain space there and go on to something else. Another example could be something like someone wants to talk to their husband before purchasing. Hey, Jen, I completely understand. I look forward to being able for you to be able to share all the great info with your hubby. When is a good time for us to connect again? So again, I'm putting it in her ballpark, and she might say, oh, tomorrow or next week. And then again, I'm letting her know I'm going to follow up. I'm marking it down, and then that will be the next appointment. So working appointment to appointment, you guys, really alleviates the unknown. It's working as a professional. It's not pushy. This is working professionally. And then you're not left wondering when to follow up. And then also she mentioned about 24 to 48 hours. You don't want to let conversations go longer than 24 to 48 hours. So if they came back and gave you their health goals, don't wait 3-4 days to get back in there. Get in there as soon as you can so that you can keep the conversation moving forward. Keep that process going. Rule 9, don't count your chickens. So basically, guys, don't count a join as a join until you know that they clicked enroll as a VIP and you get the email, or you can see in your virtual office that they're in there for 6 points. I've had many times where I'm like, I got 3 people. I'm so set. I'm going to hit this goal. And then maybe 1 ended up ordering. So I know that excitement runs high and you're like, yes, this is going to happen. But, do what you can, set up, give them the sign up graphic if they're ready, or set up that phone call to enroll them, but then move on. Don't wait, because while you're waiting, you could be following up with more people, sending more messages, in case that person ends up falling through, because sometimes they do. Then you still have other potentials to reach your goal, or, whatever thing you're working towards. So the saying is, a watched pot never boils. At least my mom used to tell me that. And basically what that means is if you're trying to cook noodles, pasta, and you're standing there and you're waiting for the water to boil, it feels like it's an hour. But really it probably takes 5 minutes. If you walk away and go put your focus on something else, then it will eventually boil. That person will get back and message you in time. All right, rule 10 is lead with the business and default to the product. So we talked about this a little bit last week, how there's varying opinions here, right? Some lead more with the products, some lead more with the business, some lead with both. I think the important thing here is just ask for a referral or come back and do another follow-up next time with the opposite thing. So here's an example for you guys. I can see that it isn't the right timing for you to jump in with a business, but I can imagine you may be drained by the end of the day trying to juggle everything. I know I sure was as a busy mama, or as am a busy mama. Could you benefit from more energy and better mental clarity? I mean, I don't love that wording. That wasn't my finest message, but I feel like there needs to be something else there, but you get the idea, right? So she's saying no to the business right now. But I'm thinking, okay, she's really busy. Like, she probably needs some energy. She probably needs this pink drink or the active. And so I'm going to try to lead into that. So that was the point with that one. If you're leading with the products and they say, no, not right now, you could say something like this. Thanks for your message, Jen. And by the way, I always use the name Jen. My team knows that. It's just always Jen. That way I don't have to give any thought to it. I'll be here if you change your mind about trying my favorite energizing pink drink. In the meantime, if you have anyone in your life that is looking to work from home and have more freedom with their time and finances, would you connect them with me? I love helping others live their best life. So I'm automatically planting seeds for the business there, even though they're not on board with the products yet. All right, rule 11 was don't leave rambling messages. Oh, I'm known for this. Get me on a voice message and I ramble. So I'm trying to get more precise. But really, guys, just keep things short and to the point. Just enough to pique their curiosity or to get a point across or to answer their question and then move on to the next step in the conversation. So a few areas that I could think of in our business that this might apply is when someone is open to hearing more about Plexus. Again, Terry already said this, but don't puke Plexus on them. Use something simple. And actually, I had this in a conversation. Let me grab mine quick. I call this like my little elevator speech. It could sound something like this. I'd love to get you some more information on these products. We are a debt-free company. We've been around for 14 years. We have amazing natural solutions that help people with A, B, C, D, E, F, G. These products really get to the root of what's going on in our body. Tell me a little bit about your health goals or what you're looking for help with. Simple, right? And I'm asking them to engage with me. I don't assume they want all the information yet. I'm giving a little bit of information and then asking a question. So it should be, you guys, a lot of back and forth. This should not be you giving all the information, because then they're going to get overwhelmed or get turned off. So it's more of say a little, ask a question, send a little, ask a question. A lot of that back and forth. Voice clips, yeah, know exactly what you're going to say before you click the record button. If you're using a voice clip to see if someone's interested in the business, you're sending a business message, don't tell them your whole story. I've got caught up in that before. You can say a little something like how it's helping you in your life, but don't go and give them all the details. Like, just give them a little sneak peek and then end with a question if they're open to hearing more or checking out a video. And then again, short and sweet, your story, 1 to 2 minutes. The little elevator speech about Plexus, very short paragraph, sharing one tool at a time. Don't send them 5 testimonials to look at. Send one, ask a question. And then one thing I wanted to add in with this rule is, guys, check your language and your posture while you're doing all this. Is it confident? Are you being bold? Or are you saying things like, I'm just wanting to check in? Guys, get rid of the word just. Just is a very non-confident word. Like, take it out. Don't use the word just. I am checking in, not I'm just checking in to see, it seems very like, I'm nervous. I don't know. So come across bold, even if you don't feel it, decide you're going to be bold, you're going to be confident, and then get rid of the just word. And then always end with a question. Do not leave saying, let me know if you want to check it out. Or trying to think of another example. I would love to hear your thoughts when you have time. When do you think you'll have time to give me your thoughts? You can reverse that, right? Always end with a question. All right, rule 12 is lead with what is in it for them. I was like, isn't there like 3 I's there? There's only 2. Lead with what is, I can't, never mind.
That's right. What is in it for
No,
them?
that's 3. What's in it?
Oh, you're right. I'm confused now. Just go ahead. Go ahead. What is in it for them?
That's 3 I's. Isn't it 2 I's in there?
Yeah, you got 3 eyes. Now you have 2 eyes on your face, but there's 3 eyes in that.
Only 2 I's in the chapter book.
Yeah.
Go and look.
Oh, okay. I'll look there. That is funny.
Okay. So guys, this is really just about being others oriented. And when Terry said that, I was like, ooh, because that's something I have to consciously be doing all the time, putting others first. It can be very easy for me to go inward all the time. Nobody's perfect, right? So just others, serving others. So I wanted to read this quote to you guys that I found. Service to others is one of the major keys to succeeding with your venture. Entrepreneurs who focus on serving others to the best of their abilities live a life of greatness. Benefiting humanity and making a difference is of utmost importance. So good, right? Start thinking about how this can impact your person, right? How can this opportunity or these products bless them? Where could it fill in a gap in their life? How could it be that missing link? Or as we say, figure out his or her pain points. Basically, we're saying, what are the points of pain in their life? So possible pain points could be that they don't feel fulfilled or enjoy their career. Maybe it's that they have a hard time paying for their products. Maybe as a stay-at-home mom, they just need community. They could have just had a baby and maybe they want to stay home and leave their job. Someone might barely see their husband or their spouse because of their work hours. Maybe it's because someone wants to contribute financially to their household. Go ahead and start writing in the chat, you guys, as I'm reading these. What was it for you? What was your main pain point? Maybe it's you want something outside of being a mom. Maybe you're tired of being run by the 9 to 5 clock. Maybe it's because you have lots of debt and bills and loans. So would love to hear what it was for you guys with your pain points. And I guess a lot of them would be product for you guys getting started. But now what is the business fulfilling for you guys as well? More time freedom, financial freedom, exhausted, needing community, avenue to get out of W-2. I don't know what that means. Getting on my husband's level of pay. wanting to help with financials and be a stay-at-home mom one day. Love it. Student debt, freedom for our family. Yeah, so as you guys can see, look at all these pain points, you guys, that Plexus can alleviate. This is an amazing list. I love it. Relief from week-to-week paychecks. Yes. So once you identify their pain point, you will want to show how Plexus can reduce or eliminate their pain. How can it be the solution to their problem? So what I did, you guys, is I flipped these. So now instead of all the negatives, here's the positives. Solutions, feeling part of something bigger than yourself and working from a place of purpose and fulfillment. Relieving the stress of having to budget for products, getting free products. Being part of a life-giving, Christ-centered community of real women and moms doing life together. You get to stay home with your baby and not miss any firsts while making income. Reduce the husband's hours or bring him home from work so that he can be a part of the family more and not miss out on moments with the kids. Bring in income to alleviate stress from the spouse having to bring in so much each year. Less stress could even impact your marriage. Be part of something you're proud to build and be rewarded for the hard work and effort. Be recognized for using your strengths and giftings. Earn prizes and trips. Create your own days. Work your own hours. Work from anywhere. Work with whoever you want. Guys, that's freedom. Earn financial freedom. Could you imagine seeing $0 on your car loan or your home loan or your credit card debt that you accrued over the last 5 years? So the thing is, you guys, with that is you can turn all of those into questions as you're working with your people. You know, that thing right there that I just said, could you imagine, how would you feel, Jen, if when you got your car loan or your car bill in the mail next time, it said that you owed $0? How would that make you feel? Or you could take another point here, you know, how would it feel if you could be home with your baby and you had to stop missing out on those first, right? So you can take all these statements and turn them into questions to keep building the vision with people. So at the end of the day, you guys, we are problem solvers. We're investigators. We're going to have to learn how to ask good questions and get below surface level. It can be scary, you guys, but it is so worth it. I can tell you guys that. So you guys can do this exercise more. And actually, we're going to talk about that with our homework at the end. So rule 13 is, if it's a no to the business, ask for referrals. So again, back to the referrals thing. The key here, you guys, is trying to put something into the message that will keep the products or the business at the front of their mind and keep bringing them back to you. So an example is, hey, Jen, thanks for getting back to me. I appreciate it. If you know of anyone else in your life that struggles with migraines, fatigue, or sleep, so these are the things she told me that she struggled with. I would love to connect with them and help them feel their best. Please send them my way. So she's automatically going to think, well, that's me, you know, so it keeps it cycling around. And then you could take it a step further, like Romy had said, and say something like, I love working with teachers because they're natural learners and are coachable and can naturally teach others how to do this simple business. Do you have a colleague that comes to mind that may be looking for more time in their life or more financial freedom? So you're seeing if they have other people that they can connect you with. Okay, and then rule 14, last one, don't end the convo without talking about becoming your customer. So these are some simple phrases you could use in your conversations. If you could fix one thing in your health, what would it be? To get them thinking on the terms of that. Tell me about your family. What are you currently doing for gut health? Are your boys big sports drinkers? We just launched a healthier version, lemon lime, that's lemon lime and delicious, no sugars or dyes. Is this something you'd like to take a look at for your kids this summer? So with that, Terry, chapter 6.
Funny because I just actually got a customer just because of our lemon lime new drink, really, and I love it. And now she is fixing to start. She's been buying it for her kid, and now she started taking it, and now she's fixing to buy the triplex. So that actually works.
I love it. Yeah, that's worked for me as well.
Yes. Okay, so chapter 6. She is interested. Now what? Okay, y'all. This is when you have sent out your messages. It may be something like, hey, Rachel, happy Friday. What plans do y'all have for the weekend? I'm not sure if you've seen my post about my favorite pink drink, but it has helped me tremendously as a busy mama and wife for the last 3 years. I thought maybe it might help you too. I'd love to send you some information if you're open to it. Okay, so now that you've sent out like 10 messages, and one person says, sure, and you're like, oh my gosh, now what do I do? Because that was definitely me. And so if you're a newbie with a working upline, you can screenshot that, and you can, I have people, my level ones doing this to me all the time, and I love it. It does not bother me one bit, but you can screenshot it if it's especially your first person interested, and send it to your sponsor, and they can help you. If you are Miss Independent and you want to learn and do all the things, this is where the work starts, y'all. And sometimes it goes really easy, and sometimes it takes a minute. It takes a bit longer to get people to join you, and y'all, it's normal. It doesn't mean a single thing about you. It just means that there are people who take more time to make decisions, and they need to know all the things. And I was one of those people, so you can't be judgy about it because it took me a year. And so just think about how long it actually took you to decide to start our products. How long did it take you from when you started our products to start the business? You definitely do not want to keep them in your funnel forever. I used to call it a filter. I finally started using the right word, saying funnel. And you don't want to clog up your funnel, like she said in the book. So those people that are pretty easy, ask a few questions, learn the things about them, those people, and if they're ready, go ahead and start moving those people out of your funnel as quickly as you can, because you're going to always have those people that it takes a minute. And I mean, by minute, it might take a few months. It might take 6 months, and it's just normal. And so you don't want to clog the filter. So get the other ones on out. That sounds terrible, but it's not. Okay. So, all right. I gotta find out where I was at. I started rambling. Okay. So they've responded to your message and they want more information. This is not where I start P complexes or sending them a gazillion videos. I do get excited, but this is just where I start asking good questions. Okay, great. I'd love to share more information with you. We have several products. So for me to know which products to recommend to you, do you mind sharing what some of your goals are? Or what are some things that you would like to see improve in your health? Or what keeps you from feeling your very best every day? Because you can't just send them information on 50-11 products. And then they usually will share some of their struggles. And y'all, you may, just like we said before, you may have to ask more clarifying questions like, how long have you dealt with that? Or have you always had a hard time losing weight or falling asleep? It may go back and forth for a minute, especially if they've had a lot of struggles. And so you want them to know that you are truly interested in helping them with their problems. So, you have to empathize with them when they're over here spilling their guts to you and telling you all their problems. So you need to say things like, I'm so sorry that you've dealt with that for so long. That's definitely no fun and no way to live and feel every day. And this is the part where, after you have found out that they have 24,000 problems like me, you want to share the triplex video. And y'all, if you are not sharing this video during your recruiting process, that is a huge gap in your systems. It's really important for them to understand how our products work. And that's not a quick fix. Like, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. And if they think otherwise, y'all, they're going to quit. They're going to quit when they wake up with, I don't know, a bloat, or they might be nauseous one day, whatever. They're going to quit if they don't know exactly what they're buying. So make sure they watch it. Christina's, of course, like 7 minutes. I think Abby has one too. I've used it several times. It's, I think, like 5 minutes. Is that right, Abby? I think yours is shorter. Okay, so send the video, and remember, less is more. So don't send a gazillion things. And it would be something like, okay, I have a great 7-minute video explaining how our foundation supplements work to get to the root of what keeps you from feeling your very best. If I send it over, when do you think you could check it out? Ending it with a question. They usually pop back in right after they watch it, or if not, I follow back up when they told me that they would be able to watch it. And then I'll usually ask them, hey, just want to pop in here and see how things were. If you had a few minutes to watch that video, did you have any questions for me? And if they like the video and they don't have any questions, then I just go right in and say, okay, are you ready to get started, or are you ready to start feeling your best? And if they say yes, then I try my very best to get on the phone with them. That is how I love to sign people up. And I walk them through the sign up process. Why is that important? Because, and y'all, people are at work, it's not always going to happen, but that is the very best way. When they are going through the process of signing up as a VIP, you're getting to, first off, you're getting to show them how to sign someone up. So now they can go do the same thing. But also, when you get to the referral link part, you get to tell them what that is about. I mean, that right there is already planting seeds. You can even ask the magic question right there when you're signing them up. So I love doing that, because you get to explain to them, okay, as a VIP, you get these free perks where you can get free product every few months. It also comes with a referral link. So if you can get them on the phone, that is definitely the very best way. If they are not ready yet, and they still have questions, great. Make it clear that you want them to understand what Plexus is all about and welcome the questions. This is also a great time to say, hey, Jen, I use Jen. I didn't know you used Jen. I love that you have all these questions, and I definitely want to answer them all. I'm also going to add you to our gut health group. That's our second really great resource, to our gut health group, because there's so many stories that you could totally relate to. And I know you will feel so much better making a decision if you take a little time to check them out. Let me tag you in a few that I think you can relate to. Y'all, this is not the time. If they're not ready, this is not the time to go into convincing mode. This is when you remind yourself that it is about meeting their needs. It's not about you. And I still have to do this all the time. And even though you know they need these products, our job is just to be patient and use the tools to help them realize that they do need them. You definitely don't want them making a purchase and then 10 minutes later regretting that they joined you because you pressured them. So, and y'all, I'm guilty of that when I first started, really, because when you're trying to hit your goals, you do get that way sometimes, or I did. And so don't be that way. All right. This is where the follow-up process starts. So check in the next day and see if they've had a chance to check out the testimonies, see if they've had any questions, or if they have any questions. If not, then ask them if there's anything else they need to know to help them better understand why Plexus would be a great fit. If they don't seem quite ready yet, it's probably just a timing issue. It's nothing about you. So put them on your follow-up list, maybe in a few weeks, depending on how they're feeling, or maybe if they gave you a reason, depending on what that is, or maybe put them on there in the next month. The next time a product event comes up, use that as a time to follow up and invite them to that. If there's not one anytime soon, then create one. Y'all, our team has been doing, I think Abby's team does these too, but we've been doing the little messenger chat events. Those, sometimes they work great. Sometimes we might not get any joins, but it literally takes 20 minutes. So those are great ways to, if your team has a lot of people on the fence, those are great events to do. And like you can do them, I can say, okay, I'm gonna do one in 2 days from now. It's not really much prep at all. Okay. And if y'all don't know what those are and you want more information, definitely ask your upline. Okay, so we're going to be learning a lot more about follow-ups as we read through the next chapters, but just know it's completely normal if they don't join you the first day that they seem interested. The key is just to continue to follow up, because we say it all the time, the fortune's in the follow-up. And I just think that is 100% true, because I've had people join me a 1.5 years later, and I joined Christina a year later. What if she didn't follow up with me? Okay, so she talks in the book about doing 3-way calls. And y'all, we do ours a little bit different, but she had some really good points. It's very similar, but I have done 3-way calls before I get them on my team. And so it's more of like, let's say one of my level ones has someone who has IBS. And so they're really skittish because they've had all these problems. Well, I've had IBS. Well, I've had a lot. So a lot of people can connect with me because I got a long list of things that I struggle with. So we have done Zooms where I'll get on there and talk to these people and just kind of validate, like, I've had what you're struggling with, and it has helped me tremendously. And 99% of the time, they're going to go join. So we do 3-way calls like that a lot. It's not something you have to do, but it's definitely helpful. So, okay, so those people that have joined you, now what do you do? Well, the next step is telling them about the welcome call. And y'all notice I said telling them. You're not asking them for the call, you're telling them. It's the next part of the process. A welcome call is a little bit different than the 3-way call, even though it's a 3-way call. But this is after they've joined you, and it's you, the person you just recruited, and your upline usually. But y'all all hop on a call together. Most likely your sponsor has been sharing Plexus longer than you and has a completely different story than you do. So again, it's third-party validation. And it's really important to do these like in the first 48 hours if you can. How many times have y'all made a purchase and you were so excited, and then you're 2 days later, you're like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? I did not need to spend that on myself. I done lost my mind. So that is where the welcome call comes in. So have it scheduled to help validate that they just made a wise investment in their health. And it's also where retention starts, y'all. It starts before they even get their products. They are trusting you completely. And if you truly want to help them feel their best and continue to order, then you need to make sure they get on a welcome call. It definitely helps build belief in what we have. So they will give our products the full 60 to 90 days and continue to use the products and start feeling better. So a lot of times my team, and I've heard other sidelines, they have like, how do you ask for the call? Like, it makes me nervous, all the things. Well, you make it about them, because it is, it's just that, it is about them. So I set up the call right when they have confirmed their order. If I'm on the phone with them, I say, oh my goodness, I am so excited and cannot wait for you to get your box of goodies. While we wait, I really want you to feel confident in your investment. And my friend Christina has an amazing story. When are you available in the next few days so we can hop on a call with her? Because I know you are going to love to hear from her. Or it may be, I'm so excited and I cannot wait to get you started feeling your best. You relate so much to my friend Christina, who had some of your same struggles. I've already told her about you joining me, and she would love to share her story with you so we can both support you through this. When are you free this week? And that's, I mean, I know y'all can't answer me back, but I mean, that's so easy. Like, that doesn't come across as anything but all about them. Like, you're wanting them to get good results. So we set it up, easy peasy, and your upline pretty much does the rest. And I know some of y'all have feelings about setting this call up. I'm telling you, the lack of welcome calls will keep you from growing your business. Ask me how. I know, because when my team went Emerald, y'all, we were doing tons of welcome calls. When my team stopped growing so much, we were not doing them. We're back doing them, and we're back doing great. So whatever feelings you have, overcome them, because they will grow your business. And Abby is going to share with us how a welcome call will grow your business.
Awesome. Thanks, Terry. So yeah, let me give you guys one more example here, because I'm a little bit more direct than Terry is. So she's given all the yellow friendly vibes, and I'm over here like, well, I'll give you guys my example. So fine. So if I'm just doing, because I do now as an Emerald, I do calls with my own spot, with my own joins. And so it looks something like, hey, Jen, I'm so excited for you to get started. Let's go ahead and jump on the phone quick this week. It'll be a quick 10-minute call. That way I can get you all set up with your schedule and ready to start. Does Tuesday or Wednesday at 8 p.m. work better for you? So I always give a time or a date, because I feel like sometimes it can be really hard to go back and forth, or that doesn't work, or that doesn't work. So I try to look at my calendar, figure out what I have available, and then give options. So that has always worked well for me. But what Terry said is great as well. So you guys can choose one of those, or maybe you guys already have a wording that you love. Stick with what's working. Okay, so welcome calls. And really quick, because I know we're getting down on time, but guys, welcome calls are one of the scariest things for me to do in my business. I think I told you guys that already, but I would be shaking, I'd be sweating, I'd be pacing the floor. I did not believe April when she told me I had to do welcome calls. I was just going to do them through Messenger and be fine. But I finally did it, you guys. And now it's one of my favorite things to do. Really, it is. I love a good welcome call. So just goes to show that whatever scares you the most, if you continue doing it, yes, Molly, growth, as you continue to do it and you feel accomplished, you might really actually love it. So let's talk about the flow of the call here quick. So my tip for you guys is if you're listening into a call in the background, you should be taking notes because you're learning, right? You're not just sitting there. I think it always reminds me of Christina's story when she got Brittany on the phone with one of her people, and Christina's in the background, literally practicing her model walk. This is when she was doing the bikini or what is it called? What competition is it, Terry?
I don't think it was bikini contest. I mean, just say it like it was. It was a bikini contest.
Bikini contest
that she did go forward with.
There we go. Bodybuilding bikini contest. But she's literally just has the phone off to the side. She's practicing in her new heels. She just got in the mail, thinking she had no clue she was supposed to be sitting down and taking notes. So that story is like always my favorite. But you guys, when you have the chance to get on the phone with a gem or a jewel or your sponsor, whoever it is, you guys take advantage of it and really take some good notes. So and then you'll want to have like a chart or have a flow, type it out word by word if you need to. And then as you use it, you'll start to get more used to it. It'll feel more natural. Eventually you'll memorize it, but don't feel bad if you have to type it out word for word, because I have to do that a lot still as I'm learning something new. It's totally okay. Okay, so if you're doing a three-way call with, let's say, your join and then your upline or your sponsor, please bring them some information before the call. You could leave some voice clips, type something out, but tell your sponsor, okay, who are we getting on the phone with today? How do you know them? What do you know about them, their kids, their job, where they live? Any other important things that your sponsor might need to know, their health goals, possible pain points. You're going to have to do some digging beforehand. Dig on their Facebook, whatever, start connecting with them one-on-one. Know some things before you're going into this call, because your sponsor, your upline, is taking time to invest in you. So you need to be doing some behind the scenes work so that you're prepared for these calls. And then once the call is up and running, go ahead and do a brief introduction. This is so-and-so, this is how I know them. I'm so excited that you get to hear so-and-so's story today. And then just kind of giving a rundown, this is what the call is going to look like. So very brief introduction. And then don't forget to mute yourself. If you've got kids in the background or you're outside, mute yourself so that the other two people on the line can focus while you're taking notes. Now, let's imagine that you're leading your own welcome call. You just got a level 1 join. You're ready to do your own calls. You're going to jump right in, right? And connect personally. Ask questions. Think of the acronym FORD, F-O-R-D. Ask questions about their family, their kids, their occupation, recreation. What do they do for fun? Maybe that they go to church. Ask them about their church. D is desires or dreams. So maybe they've already shared some pain points with you and you can dig into that there, but get to know them. Ask them some good questions. I mean, it could be as simple as, hey, Jen, how was work today? Where do you work again? Oh, right. How long have you been there? Do you love your job? What do you love most about it? So you're just digging in a little bit there to get to know them better and develop that relationship and that trust. And then you can also find a pain point, because if they say, I really don't like my career right now, that is a great opportunity to ask them, have you ever thought about doing something else? Because let me tell you all about it. No, you're not going to puke plexus on them either there. But in your mind, you're gonna be like, okay, I need to remember this. So Then jump in and share your story, 1 to 2 minutes max. Here's where your story comes into play, right? Have that written down. But share before, life after Plexus. And then here's where we go and put the rest of the call about them. Susie, Jen, what are you wanting Plexus to help you with? And then they're going to share all their things, and you're going to affirm their choice to join Plexus. You're going to be excited for them. You're going to let them know they're going to get their results. Here's the tips for success. I always share these. So I talk with them about consistency on their products. I talk with them about their water drinking, talk about 60 to 90 days, not being a quick fix, healing the body, talk about how we need to be in communication. So how can we stay in contact the best? Messenger, just phone work, email, figure out what it is, write it down. And then ask them if they have any more questions. You're going to set up the product schedule. I typically do that. So I'll let them know how to take their triplex. I will also write it up and send it to them afterwards or type it up. And then finally, ask the question. If you're loving your products, Jen, would you be sharing them with others in your life? Would you be telling other people about them? Get the flow chart. I think you can just type flow chart into, I have it somewhere. It's down there, but I think you can type flow chart into PFT and find I don't know what it's called. I'm definitely not prepared to share this part with you guys, but there's a flow chart from Christina that leads you through. They say yes, they say maybe, they say no. It's in the guides. Okay, thanks, Terry. So print that off, laminate it, have it for the calls too, so you feel prepared and you know how to reply with what they say. We're not going to go into any more of that right now because we're running out of time, but use your flow chart. And then if they do say, yes, I'm open, tell me more, you can sense they're open, you guys can go and dig a little bit deeper, right? So you could talk about how besides the products, this is how the opportunity has impacted my life. These are my goals and my dreams here with this opportunity. And then you're going to flip it back on them. Have you ever thought about doing something like this before? Have you ever thought about bringing in extra income? What would you do with an extra $1,000 a month? So you're getting them thinking, you're getting their wheels turning, you're helping them start to dream. If the conversation is still going, then keep going, right? You're getting them excited. They're ready. They're open to this whole sharing thing. Then ask them, what would hold you back from getting started? Or what would hold you back from starting to share right away? And they might reveal, oh, I'm worried about what other people think of me, or I just don't know if I have enough time, or I have no clue how to share with people. That's going to allow you to work through their objections and give them perspective, and then tell them that you have a simple way to do this, and you're going to take them step by step through it. And then if you're getting off the call and you feel good about it, they're inspired, they want to go ahead and start sharing, they want to try this, have them go watch the getting started video. This is the last thing we're going to end on tonight. And this is an example of how I get buy-in for the video, because it's an hour and 20 minutes, you guys. And if people are busy, that's a large chunk of time. So I say something like, Jen, I am so excited for you to start sharing. I have a really good video that you are just going to absolutely love. It is so informational, and all the successful people here with Plexus have started with the same exact video. So I'm going to go ahead and tag you in. It is a bit longer, but again, really, really good material there. You're going to love it. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. You can definitely break it down into smaller chunks if you need to. But when do you think you will get a chance to start watching that? I cannot wait to hear your feedback. Take some good notes, and then we can connect again. When can you start watching that? So I'm really building the value, right? And then I'm setting the next appointment. So that's how I typically get buy-in. Now, you guys, a lot of these wordings, we forgot to tell you, we typed up a document for you guys with all the verbiage for you guys. So if you're over there like, oh my gosh, I can't keep up. Sorry, we meant to tell you earlier. But if you guys go to PFT tonight, all the recordings are listed there. We will put the Google Doc there. You can grab that, print it out. There's wordings for all the different things we talked about tonight, so you guys can have those and use those. A free gift from us for you guys. But if you just type in Bookstudy, I think it's the second one down of Terry and I, and you will see that there's all the things there listed for you guys. So feel free to plug in there. Really quick, you guys, reasons calls go bad, keep it short, 15 to 20 minutes max. Respect their time and yours. A call would be bad because you do all the talking. You don't ask any questions. So be careful with that. And then make sure you connect in the beginning. Even if it's awkward for you, it's very awkward for me in the beginning, have some specific questions written down that you can ask them until you get more natural with connecting with people. And that's it about our chapters. Homework, we'd love for you guys to pick one prospect or one current product user, practice the pain, no pain model with them. I also call it the pain gain model, but go ahead and practice, picking that one person and what sort of pain points might they have right now, and what's going to look like when they don't have that pain or when they have that gain with the plexus opportunity. And then I encourage you to go and practice in the chat with them, or get them on a Zoom, or get them on the phone and start asking them good questions and trying to help them fill in the gaps with this plexus opportunity and what it has to offer for them. Terry, anything else?
No, I think that was it.
Okay.
You did great.
Awesome. Well, good. Well, thanks guys for joining us tonight. So appreciate you guys being on and taking good notes. And next week we will be, I guess it's 7 and 8 already. Right? All right. So
It is.
next Thursday, guys, we'll see you chapters 7 and 8. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the night. Bye.
Good night, y'all.
Everybody.